the whole field of recognizing awareness is not limited to negative states. It's just that a lot of the time in our lives, we focus on negative states as something to be gotten rid of. So in a talk like this, it just seems natural to focus a bit on the negative states and how they're sky-like and how they're relieving all of on their own. They provide their own relief. But it's the same with positive states, the pleasurable states. It's just that most people don't come to a talk or even be interested in anything when they're having a great time, when they're having a great career, great relationships, great health. They don't go, hey, I need to talk to someone, I'm having such a problem, because everything's going well. Now, the first thing is that this rarely happens, and it's essentially not for long. And the second thing is that most of these positive experiences, they become negative in some way. If you get a lot of money, it's great, and then you start to fear losing it. Or your relationships change with the people who never got a lot of money, and that can become distressing. If you fall in love with another being and the relationship doesn't start to go the way you like, that can become very, very negative quickly. You can still be telling everyone, I'm having a great time, my job's going great, I've got loads of money, my relationships are good, but you can still be having this micro suffering going along through fear of loss, fear it might go. Every so often, I look at this wonderful house I've managed to find in Thailand, and I remember it's not mine. I'm like, oh, what am I going to do when the landlord wants his house? What if he wants it back tomorrow, right? So something positive, you slowly start to become attached to it because it's nice, and then it becomes negative. So this training isn't about talking about people that have crappy lives and how it's actually okay, right? It's also talking about people who have so-called really good lives and how being attached to that is just as much suffering. In the long run, it's just as much suffering. And so this is about recognizing that both of those are equally pleasurable as awareness. So some people like sad movies, some people like happy movies. The experience of basking at the movie is equally good. If you're watching a movie, you're participating in a movie, let's say. So all what this is doing, it's pointing away from looking at extremes of suffering and pleasure and realizing that negative attachments and positive attachments are just as destructive to your natural well-being, because as soon as you're relying on any kind of appearance, you will suffer. It's as simple as that, and there's no way around that. The reason is because what do all appearances do? Every single appearance. They all change. They all change. It's like when we do the little meditation game. It's like, try and stop this from arriving. Right? Try and stop this one from coming. Try to hold on to this one because it's nice. It just does what it's going to do. But what remains? After every sound, what remains? The basic space of awareness, consciousness. Let's go through some names before we do the Q&A. Consciousness, love, God, Shiva Shakti union, Tantra, Christ consciousness, Buddha nature, intelligence, right? These are all the words for the same thing. This pervasive power to know, this awareness that's present right now, that is where you rely. And it's always there, and it's amazing. Look, you're going along, it's there. I don't have any friends. I mean, I've got some good friends, and you lot in the house are amazing, but you can't always be there, but that's always there. And even if someone is there, they can't sometimes do anything to provide any support, right? Hold your hand, which is nice, but that awareness, that's always there. And this is the thing. This is not about sadness to normal. It's not like, oh, life is really tough. Oh, no, it's normal. This is like from sadness to ultra empowerment. Ultra empowerment. Once you start to notice that that awareness is already there, you become like a fucking lion. Not an aggressive lion, but the confidence of a lion that walks around. This is actually a Tibetan fable of a lion that walks around the savannah, and it knows, I am the king of the jungle. But it's not like, it's not an arrogant thing. It just feels safe in its environment. So this recognition of awareness allows you a form of stability that you rarely see in human society. It makes you powerful. We're not trying to go from here to normal. This just unleashes your power as a person. It's helped me do little things like doing my music, right? Stuff like that. Just interacting with people. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.